Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Lacey and I have this eye condition called keratoconus. That's a condition of the cornea and it makes the cornea grow outward into a cone-like shape. Most keratoconus patients get prescribed contacts, but I don't like contacts because they're really uncomfortable, so I choose to wear glasses. But I'm also someone who really enjoys makeup. And I know how much of a struggle it can be to be a makeup lover and a glasses wearer. I'm sure there's many of you out there as well. So I've been doing my own makeup for many years now. And when you wear glasses and do makeup, it's difficult for a couple different reasons. First, when you're doing your makeup, you typically don't have your glasses on. So it can be difficult to get accurate, precise makeup looks, because you can't really see what you're doing. It's also difficult because once you put your glasses back on, the makeup look just doesn't transfer the same way without your glasses on. So since I've been doing my own makeup for years now, I've come up with my own tips and tricks on how I like to do my makeup with being a glasses wearer. So if you want to hear my personal tips and tricks on this topic, please keep on watching. And if you like it, give it a like. And if you have your own tips, I would love to see them in the comment box. And I'm sure everyone else would love to see them too, because we're all struggling over here. Being blind while not being able to do our makeup very well. So let's all share and help each other. And if you're interested in more content like this and more education about keratoconus and the problems alongside that, please subscribe. So I hope you enjoy the video and thanks for watching. Alright, so my first tip for you is to have at least 3 different kinds of mirrors. The first kind of mirror you want is a larger mirror. Now this can be a handheld mirror or a mirror that is mounted on a wall, really just so as long as you can see your whole face. That's the important part. The kind that I like to use is handheld, and it actually has lights built into it, so it makes it really nice to do your makeup with a mirror like that. You can find these mirrors really anywhere. I think I got mine at Marshall's for about like 10 bucks or so, but you can find them in many places for about $10 to $20. The second type of mirror that you want is a compact mirror. Now this is a mirror that is typically circular. It has 2 sides to it. One side's just regular magnification. The other side usually just has double magnification. And this is nice for doing like your eye makeup or stuff that's a little more detailed but not like super detailed and precise. Or you can use a mirror that comes with a makeup product. Usually pressed powders will have a small mirror with them, or an eyeshadow palette might have a mirror. Those sorts of things will all be okay. And the third type of mirror you want is an extra magnifying mirror. Now you want one that's probably like 10 to 12 times magnified. And sometimes these are marketed as like eyebrow mirrors. They often look very, very similar to the compact mirror I just talked about. But these mirrors are very helpful if you're doing eyeliner or really up close detailed makeup looks. So get yourself at least those 3 types of mirrors. Alright, tip number 2 is find good lighting. You want different light sources to come from this way, and from this way. Now you can do your makeup in front of a window. That's where I'd like to do my makeup. Or you can do your makeup in the bathroom or anywhere that you can just get good natural lighting. Natural lighting is important because it's not too yellow, it's not too white, so it'll look the best in all lighting situations. And it's important to note that when finding good lighting, what you're trying to do is avoid shadows. So when I'm doing my makeup in front of the window, usually one side of my face is a little more shadowy than the other, so I'll actually move my head around as I need to just to find that good lighting. So experiment with your makeup setup just to find good lighting. It's really important. Tip number 3 is to use a variety of strategic brush sizes and shapes. So the first one that I like to use is a large fan brush, and I like to use this for bronzing my face. And just the shape of the fan brush makes it really, really easy to just lay that color down on your cheek and then blend it out. It's like a 2-in-1 brush, and it's really handy because you don't have to think about where you're making the line. The brush is making the line for you. And I like to use a smaller fan brush to help me highlight for the same reason. All you gotta do is blend it out later. Now for your eye makeup, there's a few different brushes you should probably think about having. And it's going to depend on how big your eye is. Keep that in perspective when I'm talking about these different brushes. The first type of brush you want to have is a larger blending crease brush. This is going to help just get any sort of transition color down and put it through your crease nice and easily. Again, it takes some of the guesswork out just because of the shape and size of it. You also want to have a smaller blending crease brush. That's going to make blending out the crease easier. And if you're trying to get some more definition in the crease, using a smaller blending brush, sometimes if you get one that's tapered, that can be ideal. You can just get right up in the crease and blend it out. It's also helpful to have a flat brush. A flat brush will help to apply colors onto your lid. Because of the shape of it, again, think about the size of your eyelid when you are selecting brush sizes. It'll just make it very easy to apply lid shades, whether that be a matte color or a shimmer color. Whatever you're doing just makes it easier. Or you can just use your finger for that. That's what I always use my fingers to apply lid shades. Another brush that's very, very handy is an angled brush. This can be helpful when doing eyeliner or when doing your eyebrows, depending on the type of products you like to use for eyeliner or eyebrows. I like the angled brushes because, again, it's just making the line for you. If you can stamp the color on and drag it, it just makes it so much easier if the brush is angled. So to recap, you want a large fan brush, small fan brush, large crease brush, small crease brush, a flat brush, and an angled brush. Number 4 is to do your eyeshadow before your foundation. When I do my eyeshadow, I often get very, very messy because I can't always see what I'm doing. So it's much easier to clean up a mess before you put your foundation on. If you put your foundation on first, you're probably going to have to remove the foundation and then reapply it. So I suggest just doing the eyeshadow first. Number 5 is to use a yellow toned concealer underneath your eye or a yellow toned powder underneath your eye. And the reason for this, again, is shadows. Your glasses frames will leave a shadow on your face. This is inevitable, it's just how light works. But there are some things you can do to help make that area look a little bit brighter. So depending on the lighting, you're going to get a shadow on your face in this area and in this area. When you are applying your concealer or powder, if it's yellow toned, it will cancel out some of those gray and purple tones that the shadow is casting onto your face. And it's also important to put the concealer or powder in strategic areas. I know it's a big trend to just put a giant triangle underneath your eye, but that doesn't work for everybody. And even what I'm about to say might not work for everybody because everyone's eye shape is different, everyone's frames are different. So experiment with this concept, but I like to put concealer right here and right here. Then I like to blend it out into kind of a triangle shape, but I'm not putting a giant triangle underneath my eyes, and I suggest that you don't either. Tip number 6 is to use complementary eye colors. This means we gotta talk about color theory. So the basic concept of color theory is that opposites attract. So if you look at a color wheel and look at your eye color, look directly across from your eye color, and that will be the best shade or the best tone to use to help complement your eye color. Like for myself, I have like hazily green eyes. So if you look at green, across from green is like red and purple. So red and purples will help my eye color stand out. Another example, if you have blue eyes, Look across from blue, you got orange. So orange and warm tone colors will help blue eyes pop. And I think it's important to do this because your glasses are covering up part of your eye. So if you're using a color that helps complement your eye, it's just gonna help your eye stand out a lot more. Along these lines, I think it's okay to go a little heavy-handed on your eye makeup. It might look crazy when you're doing your eye makeup without your glasses on, but once you put your glasses on, again, your glasses are covering up part of your work. So if you go a little heavy-handed, it's just gonna help translate the look. Tip number 7 is along the same lines of number 6, and that is to use shimmer colors on your eye. Use shimmers, not glitters. There is a difference. Shimmer shades tend to be much smoother than glitters, and the size of the shimmer is smaller than the size of glitter. The shimmer shades tend to not like fall off of your eye, kind of like how glitters can. Glitter can often cause a lot of eye irritation, so use shimmers, not glitters. But the reason for that is shimmers will help draw light to your eye, which will then help it pop and stand out even more. So there's a few different places you can put it. One's on the inner corner of your eye. You can use like your highlighter shade or a shimmer shade, whichever you like. You can put the shimmer all across your lid. That's gonna bring like the most attention to your eye. And you can put it right in the center of your lid. Tip number 8 is to be careful with mascara and false lashes. Now, I am someone that has never used false lashes, and I don't think I ever will, at least if I'm applying them to myself. And that's because I'm just afraid to put something that close to my eye. Usually you're using tweezers or some other sort of tool to apply false lashes, and I'm just so afraid of poking my eye with a tweezer. That just sounds like a nightmare, and I don't want to do it if I don't have to. So I stick to mascaras. Now you can use waterproof or not, that's kind of personal preference. I go back and forth between the two. But how I like to apply mascara is by starting at the tip of my lashes and then working my way down. I find that if I start at the root, it can often cause more eye irritation, and you can still get a lot of length and volume if you start at the tip. Also be careful to not use too much mascara. There is such thing, believe it or not, especially when you wear glasses, because if you use too much mascara, it can rub against your lenses and cause lots of smudging, and it's not fun to clean that up all the time. So be careful with mascara and false lashes. Tip number 9 is for those of you who don't like to wear a lot of eye makeup, or maybe you just don't like to wear eye makeup at all, and that's totally fine. That's up to you. No one's forcing you to do this. But that is to put bright colors on other parts of your face. Maybe you like to wear different shades of lipstick. Maybe you like to experiment with different blush shades. Just drawing attention to other parts of your face and making those parts or those features stand out a little bit more can really amp up your makeup a lot. And tip number 10 is to experiment with different eyeshadow shapes. There's kind of the natural or basic eyeshadow shape. I call this one just like the everyday eyeshadow. It's not too precise, it's not too blended, it's just natural to your own eye shape. Usually you're using neutral tones with that, but hey, live your life. If you like bright colors, wear bright colors. You can also experiment with shapes such as the halo. The halo eye shape is when there's a darker tone on, okay, this is your eye, there's a darker tone like here, and there's a lighter tone in the middle, creating like a halo, or sometimes it's called like a spotlight. I like this shape a lot because it draws the attention to the middle of your eye and can make your eye look a lot bigger and a lot brighter. So I highly recommend that one. You can also try a winged out look. That's when you blend your eyeshadow out this way into kind of like a cat eye shape. That really elongates your eye and again can make the whole area look a lot bigger. You can also try a cut crease. You can either do a full cut crease or a half cut crease. If I'm being honest, this is a shape I'm not too familiar with personally, but if it's done correctly, it can be quite beautiful and make your eyes look even bigger. So those are the 10 tips, but I have one more, a bonus tip for you, and that is to just keep practicing. The more you do your makeup, the easier it'll become. You'll start to learn your face shape. You'll start to learn what you have to do to make your makeup look good on your face. Because makeup is not always one size fits all, but makeup is for everybody. So just keep practicing. You might have to go through some phases where your makeup doesn't look so great, but hey, we've all been there. We've all done that. And there is another side. So just keep on trying, keep on practicing. But those are my tips and tricks if you love doing your makeup, but you also wear glasses. I hope you found some of them educational and informative. I hope that you give a few of them a try. And if you do, I would love it if you took a picture or sent me a message on Instagram. My handle is @LaceyWithCasey. If you're wondering how I came up with that name, it's because the abbreviation for keratoconus is Casey, and that rhymes with my first name, and I have keratoconus, so I thought it was kind of cool. So if you have your own tips and tricks, I would love for you to comment them below so we can all share with one another. If you like this type of content, please subscribe for more. And if you like the video, please give it a like. Thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!